Hello, soulmates. Welcome to class. My name is Chizzy. So here is the pattern of our off-shoulder blouse. This is just our basic bodies. I believe we all are not beginners. So for you to learn an Igbo blouse, it means that you have passed the level of drafting your basic bodies. So I have my chest line, my nipple line, my underbust, and my waistline, and also my hip line, or you can call it your hemline. I labeled everything. So I have taken my shoulder measurement, my armhole measurement. I went in by half inch to curve my armhole. I've taken my bust dart. Yes, I've taken my waist dart too. So this pattern you see here, we are going to alter it. We're going to alter it. So guys, I'm going to alter it in a way that we'll use it to achieve our off-shoulder Igbo blouse. Here I'm checking my measurement to be sure of it, for it to be accurate. Yes, so remember our measurement. So that's why I'm checking if what I marked so far is correct. So for the waist, the that intake that I took from the waist, I added it back after taking the waist measurement. If you know your basic very well, you know all this that I'm talking. Yes, you know all this. So my main concern is to show you the way to alter to achieve your off-shoulder Igbo blouse dress. So here I'm taking my underbust tightening. So at my left hand side, I went in by 1.5, while at my right hand side, I went in by 1 inch. If you're of a plus size, at the left side, go in by 7.5. Then at the right side, go in by 1.3. So for here, I went in by 1.5 and 1 inch. So here I'm going to take my cleavage measurements where I want my off shoulder to start. So I mark 6 inches. You can use 7 inches. I mark 6 inches. So from there, from my nipple line, I'll extend the line to my off shoulder line. Yep. So I'm going to tighten my overbust with 1 inch. You can use 7.5, it's okay. So I want it to curve very well. That's why I'm going in deeply. So I'm going to curve it like so. Yep. So get your curve ruler and blend the line so that it won't have a pointed mouth. Use and blend the line. So the 2 inches you took from your overbust, anything you take out, add it back. So I'm adding it back to my armhole like so. If you take out 2 inches, add it back. So from there I will use my curve ruler and curve it back. Hope you get. I will curve it like so. I'll curve it like so. So after curving it like so, you have to the lines from your underbust tightening. Take the lines down to your hip line. But for the hip line, go down by 0.2 before you mark your lines. Yes, like so. You mark it down. Very simple. Very, very simple. Are you seeing that? But firstly, use a pencil before using a marker. In case if you make any mistake, you'll be able to clean and start up again. So I have done that. Just master what I altered so far. So I'm checking what I have there. I'll add it back. So remember the code. Whatsoever you take, add it back. So I'm checking of the things that I took from my measurement. I'm adding them back. I will check at my waistline too. At my hemline, I didn't take much, so I added 1 inch at my hip line. So it's looking on shape because of the added numbers that I added, but after sewing it, it will come back to shape. So here, don't cover all these things. So just concentrate on what I'm doing. If you do it this way, oh my god, you will see that your off shoulder blouse, the bust part, will stand up very, very well. Your clients can wear it without a bra. It will cup very, very well. Hope you get. So because it's an off shoulder, I came down by 1/2 inch. Then I will curve it down. I'm using it as my armhole curve down. So I don't want it to go up, so that I'll be able to raise up my hand. If your client is at a plus size, use 1 inch. If your client is at a small size, 1/2 inch is okay. Hope you get. So for the upper part, I'm going to use it as my yoke. The upper part, I will be using it as my yoke. Sorry, I'm not using it as my yoke again. It's an off shoulder. Because it's an off shoulder, I'm not going to use the upper part. The upper part is invalid. But if I'm not sewing it as an off shoulder, maybe I want to add the yoke, a 2 net at the upper part, I'm going to use the upper part. This is a added advantage in pattern drafting. After drafting, if you wish to use the upper part as your yoke, fine. If you don't want it, just discard it and use your off shoulder. So I think my pattern is almost ready. Well, I say almost ready. My pattern is ready. If you alter your basic bodice like this, you will definitely get exactly what I'm doing here. So if you want it to have a sweetheart neck, this is the way you're going to curve it. You come down by how many inches of your cleavage. From there you trace out. If you want it to be a round shape like this, anyhow you want it, just do the magic on your pattern. That's why pattern drafting is the sweetest. Just do your magic, okay? So I think my front part is ready. So at the hemline, you can curve it if you wish. It's a blouse. If you like, don't curve, but I think you can curve with 1 inch. From the center you curve it, but if you don't want, you leave it like that because your wrapper is going to cover it. So see me cutting out the necessary parts that I need for this class. You will see the way I'll cut it. The way I cut it is the same way you will do yours. So I'm cutting the necessary parts. So I'm taking out my dart intake. I first of all cut my dart line so that I'll be able to close my bust dart. Hope you know the reason for this bust dart. The reason for this bust dart is because our front and back measurements are not the same. Hope you get. I'm using an Armstrong pattern way of drafting, so it's not the same. That means the difference is what we use at our bust dart. My own difference is 2 inches, so that's what I use as my bust dart. If you're not a beginner, you understand what I'm talking about, but if you're a beginner, it will be hard for you to understand. I think you should go back to basic and learn more. I added pattern at the under before. It was not because I wanted to trace it out for another pattern, so I'm closing my bust dart. I'm opening here so well so that I'll be able to close my bust dart very well. Do you know the secret of this bust dart? This bust dart will eliminate any bug beside your armpit. It will make everything to align very well, and your bustier will cup very very well. That's the essence of this bust dart. So I'll use my tape to hold it together. Then I'll use my ruler and marker to make the lines to align very well. I added extra paper because without adding extra paper, I won't be able to connect the lines together. So I added extra paper. So I'm going to gum it, then connect it together. Okay. So look at the way I'm doing it. So simple, guys. Very very simple. If you still have interest to learn the basic, just let me know. I'm going to teach you the basic. I'm going to teach you the basic. So that's me doing this. So I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut it out. So I'm taking out the off. I'm offing out. Yes, I'm taking this out. But had it been I want to add yolk to it, I would have used it. So I've taken that one out. So this ones that I'm cutting out now is the one I'm using for this class. Yep. So I'm going to cut out the unwanted parts. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I don't want to fast forward it. I just want it to go step by step so that you'll be able to understand it. Okay, so I'm going to cut out those my dart intake. I'm going to call them out like so. So guys, it's very very simple to alter your basic pattern. So this is my center part. This is how is it. My center part. Oh, try to use your tape very well. I don't know why mine is shifting. I don't know why it's shifting. So guys, so I'm going to cut out the intake here. Also here. So guys, it's so simple. So I think our front part is ready. Our pattern for the front part is very ready. This is the center, my CB, my center front, my center front, and the other one is my side front. So it's ready. Let's get to the back.